This story is a work of fiction inspired by real-life events. Any resemblance to actual persons, living or dead, or actual events is purely coincidental. A college student on a late-night drive, a series of strange decisions, and a final phone call to his mother. Hours later, his car was found wrecked near a ravine. But he was nowhere to be found. No one has seen or heard from him since. What really happened to Bryce Laspisa, and why does his disappearance remain one of the most chilling mysteries to this day? Welcome to Behind the Crime Scene channel. Today, we unravel one of the strangest missing persons cases in America. A case full of eerie clues, mysterious behavior, and unanswered questions. Stick around, because this story is about to take a chilling turn. The final hours of Bryce Laspisa. August 30th, 2013, last known sightings. Bryce Laspisa was a 19-year-old college student from California. By all accounts, he was a regular guy, smart, well-liked, and close with his family. But something changed in the days leading up to his disappearance. The warning signs. Friends reported Bryce acting strangely, giving away personal belongings. His girlfriend, worried about him, said he seemed off and was making disturbing comments. He drove aimlessly through California for nearly 24 hours before his disappearance. Surveillance footage showed him at a gas station, looking dazed and confused, as if he wasn't sure where he was going. A store clerk who spoke with him recalled him saying, "I just need time to think," before driving off into the night. Was he running from something, or was his mind unraveling? The last known phone call at 2 a.m. Bryce called his mother, promising he'd be home soon. His voice sounded calm but distant. Hours later, his car was found crashed near a ravine. The driver's seat was empty. Bryce was gone. Key questions. Did Bryce intend to crash his car, or was he forced off the road? If he was injured, why was there no blood at the scene? Did someone pick him up, or did he vanish into the wilderness alone? The chilling discoveries. The abandoned car, clues left behind, what investigators found inside the car, Bryce's wallet, phone, and laptop, untouched. The driver's seat pushed far back, as if someone else had driven. A bottle of prescription pills, but no indication of overdose. Tire tracks leading away from the site, suggesting another vehicle was there. A duffel bag containing clothes and personal items, left untouched. A strange symbol drawn in dirt near the cart's meaning unknown. Why would he leave behind everything if he was planning to run? Eyewitness accounts. A truck driver reported seeing Bryce walking alone near the crash site. When authorities searched, there was no trace of him. It was as if he had vanished into thin air. Other witness reports. A nearby resident claimed to have heard a distant, panicked voice calling for help, but no one was found. A surveillance camera from a gas station 20 miles away picked up a figure resembling Bryce walking along a deserted highway at dawn. A farmer later reported seeing a man matching Bryce's description near an abandoned cabin in the woods, but the sighting was never confirmed. Did Bryce try to get help, or was he running from something no one else could see? Strange phone activity in the days following his disappearance. Someone attempted to access Bryce's voicemail. His phone, recovered from the car, was turned off, yet pinged a cell tower nearly 30 miles away after the crash. Was this Bryce, or did someone else have his phone? Who tried to access Bryce's phone and why? Theories and speculation. What really happened to Bryce Laspisa? 1. The theory of a mental breakdown. Some believe Bryce was suffering from a psychological crisis. His erratic behavior, inability to sleep, and sudden decision to drive without reason could point to a mental health episode. But if that were the case, where did he go? Key signs supporting this theory. His close friends and girlfriend noticed unusual behavior before his disappearance. His aimless 24-hour drive suggests confusion or distress. He gave away his belongings, a common sign of someone planning to disappear or end their life. His last known conversation with his mother was calm, yet detached, almost as if he had already made a decision. If Bryce was experiencing a psychological crisis, could he have wandered into the wilderness and succumbed to the elements, or did he find a way to start a new life? 2. The foul play theory. Others believe Bryce may have encountered the wrong person. Could someone have picked him up after the crash and harmed him? The fact that his car was intact suggests he wasn't injured in the accident, so why did he disappear? Strange clues that suggest foul play. His seat was pushed back unnaturally far, as if someone else had driven. The car was abandoned in an area known for remote hiking trails, an easy place to hide evidence. There were tire tracks leading away from the crash site, indicating another vehicle was present. The phone ping 30 miles away suggests someone either took his phone or he was transported elsewhere. The cryptic symbol drawn near the crash site, was it a sign, a warning, or did Bryce leave a clue? If Bryce was met with foul play, who was responsible, and why did they target him? 3. That he wanted to vanish theory. The most unsettling theory. Bryce planned to disappear. He had been giving away his belongings and saying strange things to friends. Could he have wanted to start over, leaving behind his past life? If so, why has he never resurfaced? Evidence that suggests he chose to disappear. He told his mother he was fine but refused to explain his strange actions. His erratic movements in the hours before he vanished. Was he searching for the right moment to leave? The anonymous email that surfaced years later. I am safe. Stop looking for me. Could this have been Bryce reaching out to confirm he was alive? Some theorists believe he might have lived off the grid, changing his identity and choosing never to return. If Bryce wanted to disappear, why would he leave behind his car, phone, and wallet? Wouldn't he have taken resources to start over? Or did something unexpected force his hand? 4. The paranormal or unexplained phenomenon theory. While most explanations focus on logical possibilities, there are some who believe something much stranger happened to Bryce. Could he have experienced something unexplainable, something beyond our understanding? Bizarre clues that fuel this theory. The panicked voice calling for help heard by a witness but no one was ever found. A strange symbol drawn in the dirt near the car, its meaning still unknown. Surveillance footage captured a man resembling Bryce miles away from the crash, yet no one knows how he got there. His complete and total disappearance. No confirmed sightings, no remains, no physical evidence of where he went. Could Bryce have fallen into something unexplainable? A hidden secret, a time slip, or something even darker? No definitive evidence supports any of these theories, and to this day, his whereabouts remain unknown. The truth is still out there, waiting to be uncovered. The final message. A new clue surfaces. Is Bryce still out there? Years later, an anonymous email was sent to an investigative journalist covering the case. It simply read, I am safe. Stop looking for me. The email was traced to a public Wi-Fi network in the Midwest, but authorities couldn't confirm if it was really Bryce. What does this mean? If real, Bryce could be alive and hiding. If fake, someone wanted to mislead investigators. If forced, Bryce may not have written it himself. So, was Bryce Laspisa trying to disappear, or was someone making him disappear? New developments. Was there a second email? Months after the first email surfaced, another message was received by a different journalist. This time, it contained an eerie warning. It's not what you think. They're watching. The email was sent from another anonymous account, but it was signed with the initials BL. The implications of this new email. Bryce may have been running from something bigger than anyone realized. The phrase "they're watching" suggests involvement from an unknown entity. Was he being followed? If Bryce truly wanted to disappear, why send a cryptic warning instead of staying silent? Could Bryce have uncovered something dangerous before he vanished? Strange observations from the footage. The man purchased basic survival supplies, but left the store abruptly without taking his change. His clothes were ragged, suggesting he had been on the move for a long time. He was seen talking to someone off camera before vanishing into the night. Attempts to track him down led nowhere. Authorities arrived too late. If this was Bryce, what was he running from? And why hasn't he contacted his family? The last phone signal, a final ping before silence. Investigators followed another potential lead. Bryce's old cell number pinged a rural cell tower 3 years after his disappearance. The location, a remote stretch of highway near an abandoned gas station in Nebraska. What this could mean: Bryce may still be alive, moving from place to place. If someone else had his phone, why would they power it on years later? Was he trying to send a signal to those still searching for him? Whatever the case, the evidence suggests Bryce Laspisa's story isn't over yet. But the deeper we go, the more unsettling the mystery becomes. Final thoughts. Where is Bryce Laspisa? A mystery that refuses to fade. Bryce Laspisa's disappearance remains one of the most perplexing missing persons cases of modern times. Unlike many missing persons cases, there was no apparent reason for Bryce to vanish. No criminal activity, no known enemies, no personal conflicts that might suggest a motive for him to leave his life behind. Yet, he is gone, leaving behind only a trail of eerie clues and unanswered questions. The unanswered questions that haunt investigators. Why did Bryce leave his college so suddenly, acting erratically in the days leading up to his disappearance? What made him drive aimlessly for hours, refusing help from friends and family? If he was in a psychological crisis, why hasn't he resurfaced after so many years? Why was his car abandoned in such a remote location? And what led to the crash? If the emails were truly from Bryce, what or who was he running from? Was Bryce taken by someone, or did he willingly vanish into the unknown? Despite multiple leads, theories, and alleged sightings, none have resulted in a concrete breakthrough. But why? The emotional toll on his family. One of the most heartbreaking aspects of this case is the suffering of Bryce's parents. Every year, they continue to hope that their son will return or that some definitive answer will emerge. His mother, in particular, has kept his case in the public eye, believing that someone out there knows the truth. But with time passing, hope is becoming harder to hold on to. Families' pleas for closure. They have cooperated with law enforcement and investigators, hoping for any update. They have pursued every sighting and lead, no matter how small or unlikely. They hold vigils and anniversaries to ensure Bryce is not forgotten. Yet, no solid answers have come, only more questions and speculation. What is worse, never knowing or finding out something too painful to bear? Internet sleuths and theories. Have we overcomplicated the case? As with many modern unsolved mysteries, Bryce's disappearance has been dissected by online communities, amateur sleuths, and true crime enthusiasts. Some theories gain traction, while others seem far-fetched. But could the overanalysis be clouding the truth? Popular theories debated online. He suffered an undiagnosed mental health crisis and wandered into the wilderness, meeting an unknown fate. He staged his disappearance to start over somewhere new. He was abducted or met with foul play after leaving the crash site. The emails and sightings are hoaxes meant to keep the mystery alive. He discovered something dangerous and had to vanish to protect himself. With every new theory, the case grows more tangled, making it even harder to find the real truth. Final thoughts. Could Bryce Laspisa still be out there? The unsettling truth is that, despite extensive searches, no remains have ever been found. No confirmed identity match has surfaced. No definitive proof has emerged that Bryce Laspisa is dead or alive. This case remains in limbo, an open-ended mystery that refuses to be solved. So, where does that leave us? If Bryce is alive, does he want to be found, or is he truly lost? If he met with foul play, why has no one come forward? If he disappeared willingly, how has he avoided being recognized? One thing is certain: someone somewhere knows what happened to Bryce Laspisa. The question is, will we ever find out the truth? The legacy of Bryce Laspisa. Why this case still haunts investigators and the public. Years have passed, yet the mystery of Bryce Laspisa's disappearance continues to baffle those who seek answers. Unlike many missing person cases that fade into obscurity, Bryce's story has only grown in legend. His name resurfaces in conversations about the strangest disappearances in modern history, and theories continue to develop as new pieces of information come to light. But why has this case endured for so long? A case that refuses to be forgotten. Most missing persons cases, without fresh leads, tend to lose momentum, but Bryce's case remains an outlier. There is something about his erratic final days, his unexplained car crash, and the eerie potential sightings that keep this case alive. Key reasons this case won't fade away. Bryce's last recorded behavior was highly unusual and defied logical explanation. The location where he disappeared, open yet isolated, makes it both possible and improbable for him to vanish without a trace. The unexplained emails, sightings, and cryptic messages only add more layers of mystery. The lack of conclusive evidence, no body, no confirmed sighting, no crime scene, keeps people questioning every possibility. Unlike many cases where closure eventually arrives, Bryce's story remains frustratingly open-ended. And that, in itself, is why it continues to haunt the minds of so many. Did Bryce uncover something he wasn't supposed to? Among the more sinister theories, some speculate that Bryce wasn't just a troubled young man having a breakdown, but that he may have stumbled upon something far more dangerous. Could his disappearance be linked to something larger than just an impulsive escape? Theories that suggest Bryce may have been targeted. His odd behavior in the final days — was he paranoid because of an internal struggle, or did he truly believe he was being followed? The strange symbol found near his car crash site — was it just a coincidence, or a cryptic warning left behind? If Bryce had planned to vanish, why would he leave behind his phone, wallet, and car? Wouldn't he need resources to survive? The second anonymous email claiming they're watching fuels speculation that something bigger may have been at play. Could Bryce have unknowingly walked into a trap, or did he willingly leave everything behind to escape something even worse? Is someone actively covering up his whereabouts? There are aspects of this case that make people wonder if someone somewhere knows more than they are letting on. Could Bryce have been silenced? Is there an individual or an organization ensuring that he is never found? strange occurrences that keep the conspiracy theories alive. The reported gas station footage in Montana. Why was the footage never officially released to the public? The suspicious voicemail attempts from Bryce's old phone. Who accessed it, and why? Why have there been so many reported sightings over the years, but none have been confirmed? If Bryce truly ran away, how has he managed to stay off the grid without detection in today's digital world? Every time it seems like the trail has gone cold, another strange clue emerges. Is this mere coincidence, or is there an active force keeping the truth hidden? A modern-day ghost story. Some now refer to Bryce Laspisa as a modern-day ghost, a person whose existence feels like it has been erased. Unlike most missing person cases, his story has taken on an almost supernatural quality. Some say he is still out there, moving between towns, always one step ahead of those looking for him. Others believe he may be watching the world from the shadows, unable or unwilling to return. Possible outcomes. If Bryce is still alive, he could have assumed a new identity, cutting all ties with his past. He may be in deep hiding, afraid of something he discovered. He could be trapped in a situation where he can't escape, whether by force or by his own psychological state. He might not even remember who he is, lost in a mental fog that has kept him from coming forward. If Bryce is still alive, does he want to be found? Or is the truth more terrifying than we realize? Final thoughts. Will we ever learn the truth? With every year that passes, the mystery of Bryce Laspisa deepens. Will there ever be a final revelation? Or will this case remain an eternal enigma? His parents continue to hold out hope, investigators still search for answers, and online communities refuse to let his name be forgotten. But in the end, only Bryce, wherever he may be, knows the real truth. If you found this case chilling, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to Behind the Crime Scene for more unsolved mysteries. The truth is out there waiting to be uncovered. The unsettling reality. Can someone really disappear in modern times? The chilling implications of Bryce's case. In today's hyper-connected world, where every move is tracked by cameras, satellites, and digital footprints, how is it possible for someone to simply vanish without a trace? Bryce Laspisa's case is more than just a missing persons story. It's a disturbing reminder that, even in the digital age, people can still disappear. The impossible made possible. How did he evade detection? No credit card activity, bank withdrawals, or digital traces after his disappearance. No confirmed social media presence, despite millions of people searching for him. Reported sightings have either been inconclusive or debunked. No one has come forward to claim they helped him or saw him in a way that led to proof. Could Bryce have learned how to disappear intentionally, or is there something preventing him from resurfacing? The fear of being found. Would Bryce even want to return? If Bryce is still alive, what would stop him from reaching out? The answer may not be simple. Many who disappear willingly often struggle with feelings of shame, fear, or the realization that returning could be more dangerous than staying hidden. Psychological barriers that could prevent his return. If he left due to a mental health crisis, he may no longer recognize himself or remember his past life. If he's hiding from something or someone, he may fear that coming forward will put him in danger. If he built a new identity, reappearing could mean facing consequences he isn't ready for. He may feel that too much time has passed, making it harder for him to reintegrate into society or reunite with his family. Does Bryce want to be found, or is he intentionally staying in the shadows? The dark reality. Could this happen to anyone? The case of Bryce Laspisa makes us question how safe we really are. Can a person simply vanish in plain sight, despite all the technology meant to keep us connected? Could others, too, be lost in the system, slipping through the cracks of society without ever being detected? Terrifying truths about missing persons in the U.S. Over 600,000 people go missing in the U.S. every year, and many are never found. Some individuals choose to disappear due to personal struggles, financial hardship, or fear of someone in their lives. Others vanish due to foul play, human trafficking, or forced disappearances. Even with security cameras, GPS tracking, and law enforcement, some cases remain unsolved forever. If Bryce Laspisa's case proves anything, it's that disappearing isn't as impossible as we think. Final reflection. The haunting question we may never answer in the end. Bryce Laspisa's story is more than just a case file, it's a cautionary tale. It's a reminder that even those who seem to have everything ahead of them can slip through the cracks, leaving nothing but questions behind. Final thoughts to consider. If Bryce is alive, will he ever reveal himself? If he is no longer with us, will we ever find the truth? Is he watching the world from the shadows, waiting for the right moment to return? Or, like so many others, will his name become just another entry in the long list of those who vanished without a trace? One thing remains certain until the truth is uncovered. The story of Bryce Laspisa will continue to haunt us. Because sometimes the scariest mysteries are the ones that refuse to be solved. If you found this case chilling, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to Behind the Crime Scene for more unsolved mysteries. Until next time, stay vigilant because the truth is always closer than you think.